Since earlier in 2023, when we had our most significant banking crisis that we've seen in this country in a long time, there's been a lot of mix-up about where to do your banking at. And in many cases, big banks have had a negative trope because of their reputation as these big banks that, these big corporations that don't care about you. To some degree, there's some truth to that, but I want to give you some context on how big banks are actually very valuable on your journey to wealth building and why you need to be very balanced about your banking portfolio when you are talking about local banks, medium-sized banks, credit unions, and big banks. Big banks are going to be the bread and butter once you get over a certain threshold with your finances. These little banks, these smaller banks, these credit unions are great on a fundamental basis, on a foundational basis. They have a lower barrier to entry, and they're going to have a diverse product range that's going to allow you to build your finances up. Once you get in that big boy range where your finances are hovering in that six-figure, upper five, six-figure and beyond range, where you're starting to do real business, you have a legitimate business operation or some kind of really legit freelancing career, you're starting to try to scale up on your home ownership, your real estate ownership, and the list goes on, stock portfolios. Once you start to truly expand your finances, you're going to outgrow these credit unions and smaller banks. It happens every time. I'm literally a banker by trade. I see clients all the time who are at these smaller institutions. They're trying to bank local, and it's fine. They keep a decent amount of their relationship there. I encourage you to do so. But once you get to the point where you have 50, 100, 150,000, 250,000 in cash or more, you have a stock portfolio in the six figures, you're doing real estate deals, or you're even buying a larger primary residence and you need more value out of that relationship, big banks are going to be the go-to for you because they're going to have the infrastructure, the technology, and the growth potential, the space for you to grow your finances and give you better service along the way. Unfortunately, these credit unions and smaller banks, a lot of times the bigger your business is or the more business you're trying to do, they don't have the infrastructure and the technology to serve you properly. They don't have the products to keep up. They can't give you the limits that you need. And this is where it's good to build out with these smaller institutions, diversify a little bit with these smaller institutions, but you need to start laying down the seeds and the foundations with these bigger banks, these mid-sized, regional and bigger banks, because they're going to be the ones with deep enough pockets, strong enough technology and platforms and infrastructure, and higher levels of service. You get treated much better when you're an everyday working class American or even to the borderline impoverished line at these smaller institutions. And that's granted. They treat you significantly better and have much better services, features, and attributes with these bigger banks at the top once you start to have a little money in your pocket. Once you have strong deposits, once your credit score is over a certain threshold, that's when these banks start to roll out the red carpet for you. And I'm telling you, they can provide you a level of service and value at the private client level, at the wealth management level, that they cannot provide you on these smaller institutions. So it's very important that you don't wait to build these relationships. You need to show, distinction, and you need to show stability early with these bigger banks and then grow within them. So when you get over that to the point where you can afford to have a six-figure balance or beyond again, or your lending needs are 6 and 7 figures, these banks and institutions are familiar with you. And like I said, they'll start to roll out the red carpet to you and give you levels of service, features, and benefits that will save you a ton of time, a ton of money, and give you a lot of pace because they're going to allow you to move faster with the infrastructure that they provide. I wanted to bring some context to that because many of you are doing pretty well for yourself or on the verge of doing well for yourself. And it's very important to know where to do your banking because it is the central hub to your finances. I don't care what investment strategy you believe in, financial philosophy you have, you need banks and strong banking relationships to truly grow your wealth efficiently. I want you to comment down below and let me know what your relationships like with your small banks and your big banks, and let me know at least one small bank or credit union and one big bank you're banking with and why you enjoy banking with them, what you've gotten out of those relationships. Other than that, to my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. Want to learn more about myself and the channel? Start in the description section and work your way to the about section on the channel. I want y'all to stay focused, stay in motion. See y'all soon.
This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network, a channel dedicated to helping you increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity.